Scrappy friends. Today is a special Tuesday because it is Let's Taco About It Tuesday. And so I have a special guest waiting behind the scenes to chat with you all and talk about her scrappy process and all the things that we love to hear from our scrappy friends because we love to hear how other people get things done. So apologize, we're a couple minutes late. Of course, technology tried to be a little bit of a pain tonight, but we made it through like a couple of girl bosses we are. We did not let technology win today. So just a couple of announcements real quick, and that is there will be an in the feed drawing tonight, and you do have to be present to win. So make sure that you like and say hey in the comments. And you'll be able to ask questions when we get to our guest as well. So don't forget to make yourself known. Tell us where you're watching from, and we will get into it shortly. So many thanks if you have subscribed to my YouTube channel. That is the quickest way for you to catch up on past videos for sure. They're arranged in playlists. So if you're just interested in Techie Tuesdays, or if you're just interested in project recipes, you can go straight to them. My YouTube channel is the same as Facebook, Daytona Area Scrapbooking. Also my website, DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com. And thanks again if you have subscribed to that. There is a secret box going on right now, and I just heard a little birdie told me that it is already marked hot. So it has been available just over 24 hours. It is marked hot, which means it is selling faster than predicted. Now, I have a sneaky suspicion that has something to do with the free shipping that is involved. So if you order a secret box, everything in your order gets free shipping. So if you love the secret box and you're someone that gets it every single time, then you will want to order a secret box and then order whatever else you need because shipping is free. You also get 10% off the box, and that's just till the 25th. So that's just till Friday, that deal. And you also get a really cool 10-year anniversary tape runner, Creative Memories tape runner in this box. In addition, I don't want to give too many clues away. The artwork is always a clue to what's in the box. So we're talking blues and greens for sure, which I was just talking about are actually will fit, 80% of the photos that you have of blue or green. So when all else fails, go blue or green. And so you also get 10% off your box. So it's a great deal. Add to that the shipping, the free shipping, and it's a really great deal. So if you're going to Volano, we will be having a super secret box opening like we love to do. And so you can either purchase your box and bring it with you unopened, or if you want me to order you the box, or if any of you want me to order you the box, I'm happy to do that. I can have it shipped straight to you. And you can pick it up from Volano, and you can order that box at DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com, and I will try to make your life a little easier. All right, moving on from Secret Box. This Saturday at 9 a.m. is Coffee and Cards at First Watch. So come on down to First Watch in Port Orange, and we'll be making these 12 cards here. It's a Creative Memories boxed card kit. If you haven't experienced one of those, they're super fun. Everything is labeled, and you just sort everything by number and put it together. I have some gemstones that you can add to it if you want. They're sticky, so you don't have to add adhesive to it. Some people like that, some people don't. But I've got some different colors so we can bling it up, and we're going to have a good time. If you want to have breakfast, you're absolutely welcome to do that. I'll probably have breakfast after. we make our cards. So join us. There's just 2 spots left. So if you're thinking about coming, you'll want to do that. Then this is the October card class next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. These are the cards we'll be making. I just finished packaging up all of the card kits earlier today, so they will ship out tomorrow. So if you're on the card kit subscription, those are shipping out and you will get them in the next few days. And it's still, I always make a few extra. So if you're interested, you can order yours. You can go to the shop on Daytona Area Scrapbooking and order a kit. They're $30. That includes shipping. If you're on subscription, it's just $25 a month, and that also includes shipping. So you save $5. Project recipe in a couple weeks, November 5th, 7 p.m. This is the project recipe we're going to do. It's the wonderful day. Some of those diagonals on when we are doing the virtual crops scare people. So we're going to take the fear factor out of some diagonals. And this is a fun layout. So when you sign up on Daytona Area Scrapbooking for that, you'll get a link for the PDF for the project recipe, so you can do it along with me and save it for future use. And speaking of the virtual crop, November's virtual crop is November 8th to the 12th. That's the official opening for the next secret box. But as I said, if you're coming to the Volano retreat, we're going to have a super secret box opening there. All right. And then I just wanted to throw this out there. It's been on my website for a while. People are just finding it and starting to RSVP. But my open house dates are actually November this year, not December. So Friday, November 15th, 16th, 17th. And well, Fridays, it's not all Fridays, but Friday, November 15th, Saturday the 16th, Sunday the 17th. Sunday's just 1 to 5. Then I have a special advisor event starting at 5. So if you're an advisor on my team, then you are invited to that. And all of those dates are on my website, DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com, and you can RSVP there. RSVP isn't necessary, but you do get extra tickets if you do. And if you've been to my open house before, you know there's awesome prizes. So you definitely want to get as many tickets as you can. So pick a day and RSVP. And then just as a reminder, we will have a drawing tonight. So make sure that you comment, say hello. That's how you get entered to win 10 CM credits. And well, Nancy, we're so glad to have you headed back to Port Orange. All right, let's get this out of here. Well, I have a very special guest tonight, and she always has a smile and a giggle, and she loves Disney and loves banana ball and baseball, but both kinds of baseball. She's a big Savannah Bananas fan, and I got to go to a Savannah Bananas game with her recently, and it was amazing. I also got to see her scrapbook collection recently. Helped her foil her spines, and there's a wall full. So I know you're going to be excited to learn a lot about that you probably didn't know about our friend Faith. Welcome, Faith.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you so much for being on here. I know you've watched before, but I'm so happy that you agreed to be my guest. And everyone is always like, what am I going to say? But we just want to know about Faith. So Faith owns her own business, and I would love for you. I always like to have people share how they spend their days. So can you share with us when you moved to Florida, because that's kind of an important part of the story, and how and about your business.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me, Tara. And so I moved to Florida in 1982. Gonna give away the age here. And went to Embry-Riddle, graduated there 2 years later with my bachelor's, and went a few months after that right to work for the company that I now own. It's called Sample International Aviation. We do aviation insurance claims adjusting. And I have run that from my home since 2000. I purchased it in May of 99. And that's the one business. And the other business is a nonprofit that I'm the president of. It's Aviation Crime Prevention Institute. And we're basically a database for the insurance companies. And we identify duplicate hail claims that are fraudulent and stolen avionics, stolen aircraft. Kind of, it goes hand in hand with the other business. But since I've taken over in 2013, we've saved the insurance companies almost $1.7 million just in duplicate hail claims. So it's really exciting, and the insurance companies are members, and that's what the nonprofit support is from. So it's quite
Wow.
interesting, and that's what I do 7 days a week, basically all the time, especially when there's hurricanes and we have claims.
Yeah, so we always think about hurricanes and the ocean and boats, but I feel like we don't always think about, oh, around here, a lot of people have planes too in hangars and different things. So, yeah, I bet you're very busy right now.
Yes. Helps me pay for my new air conditioner unit and my homeowner's insurance and my scrapbooking.
Yes, that too. That's so important.
Yes.
Well, so I feel like you and I are alike that we both we have late nights at our computer, and you also work hard and play hard. And I feel like that's important because, especially when you work out of your home, as I do, the lines are kind of blurred between when the office is open and when the office is closed. And so I feel like that's true for both of us, that you almost have to leave the house in order to turn off. Otherwise, you're like, here I am at home. I feel like I should be doing something. If I'm not doing something, then I'm not making money. Is that true?
Exactly. You never go home from work.
Yeah.
And I deliberately schedule things out of the house, or I'm here and I'm working.
Yeah. Well, and so we've had you on virtual crops where you're actually working and on a virtual crop too.
Absolutely. Many
So
times, yes.
so it's nice to have you most recently in the room instead of on Zoom.
I
So,
was. And I was working a little there on my laptop till my laptop quit working. So then I had to just have fun. It was great.
oh, that's good. That's
We
good.
had a wonderful time this past weekend.
Yeah. So, all right. So we know that you're a hard worker. You've got to schedule your play time. And where is your happy place?
Disney?
Yes. I mean, it wasn't a trick question. I mean, is
No,
it?
that's no. Well, that's where my daughter Rebecca and I escaped to. Honestly, I saw a really funny meme where a little kid got baptized, and the minister asked him where he was going, and of course the minister expected him to say heaven, and he said Disney. So it was really funny. But that is where, and then what I do is schedule to do my photo albums. And I have everything on rolling carts that I roll out of a walk-in closet that is semi organized, and in between my family room and my living room where the TV is, and then I just watch movies or things that I've already seen 100 times. So I really paying attention on my albums and just kind of having company of the noise of the TV. But I started it all when we moved. I always had albums. Always was photography crazy, and back when you had to print 100 photos before you got 20 that were any good. And um but I put them in the old albums, with the binders that had the sticky that you pull off. I still have 9 or 10 of those that I have to remove the photos from. And I have 2 buckets of photos that I took out of that type of album that I still don't have in safe uh, albums. But when I moved out to where I live now, there was a Creative Memories consultant that I ran into at a craft fair, and I didn't know that she lived right around the corner. And that's how I ended up starting with Creative Memories, and ended up becoming a consultant, just friends and family, really, not as another business, but um, to get the discount. And that was back when we had the quarterly minimums. And so I bought a lot of things. I was probably a consultant, I think, for about 12 years, and went through the Creative Memories going out of business several times. And each time I bought one of absolutely everything that there was to buy, or one or more.
Yeah.
And so all my closets, shelves, everywhere there is to stash things under guest beds, or is Creative Memories things.
Still?
Oh, still, yeah. I bought it. I figured out how many albums I would need if I did. I think I figured out like 4 albums a year, like, and I lived to 80. And
That's
then the 3 packs of pages to fit in everyone. So,
yeah. Well, and I forget when I was at your house, the count of how many was like
hmm
30 something that we
yeah, there's
foiled.
30 we foiled that are totally finished. I have a couple others in progress. Um, I think I finished one more since then that I didn't have the end date for, so we didn't do the foil. And then I have, I think, three all laid out in one of the um, power sort. I never remember all the names
Power
correctly.
layout.
Power layouts boxes. One's my daughter's graduation, and then one's an old vacation, and I know there's a third one. I just ran across the box too. So I have those laid out, and then another one almost halfway finished. So
It's amazing.
I love it though. It's satisfying. It's completing something. It's not like doing housework that never gets done, or yard work that never gets done. I always loved to go to school because I did reports and I'd get grades, and it was something that was satisfying. And this is, of course, much better.
Well, yeah, and it's I'm sure your family do when you get together because you well tell us like the subject of the albums that are completed are mainly your kids, but
Correct.
now you've got grandchildren too that you're spending time with.
They're
So,
chronological.
okay.
90% of my albums are chronological. I have several that are a graduation, or a birthday, special birthday celebration, or several vacations. When my son got married in Italy, there's an album of that trip and their wedding. So, but mainly it's chronological. And being type A, that's really stressful. Because, oh, was it August 18th, or was it the 17th, or was it the 15th? And I've really had to learn to say it doesn't matter whether it was August or September, never mind what date, so I don't get, hung up on that so much.
Yeah. That's a good tip. One of those done
It
is
doesn't
better than
matter.
perfect tips. So, do you have this is always a really hard question, but do you have a favorite album? Is there like one album that stands out that is like it's complete and it's just satisfying to look at?
Probably the Italy trip and wedding, just because it's different from the others. That one, and then a trip we did, Rebecca and I did to Tennessee, and that's the same. It's a vacation. It's a totally separate, and just because I think it's different from all the others, and also it's I collected special things to go in it, that so the whole thing is kind of embraces that same feeling. And so that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Well, I just remember we have 4-H albums also. When I was 4-H leader, one of the things our girls would do was make an album for the whole year. And we actually won all kinds of ribbons and things because of the great job that they did with them. So I have the several of them are 4-H year albums too, and those are just great.
That's awesome. I love that. So I mentioned that well, your happy place is Disney, and you spend a lot of time running back and forth to Tennessee, and then
Yes.
also you're a um, season pass holder for Tortugas. So if anyone goes to the Tortugas games, they'll likely see you,
Yep.
right?
Or if they want to go, I have always have at least one extra ticket. And I should actually correct, really. I said that Disney kind of in jest, but probably the happy place is right now in Knoxville when with the grandkids, and when Rebecca can come, and my son and his wife have even been able to start coming. So that's definitely trumps Disney any day. But that's still real world, though. That's not escaping.
Yes, yes. But it's fun. So because I know you've gone to see dance recitals and
Great,
then and Savannah Bananas games and all the things. So
great.
that's fun. All the things to take pictures of.
Yes, too many. I could do an entire album literally of every Savannah Bananas game, I think.
Do you know how many you've been to?
I think probably 10 or 12. Yeah, because it's been 3 years for each year. Yeah, I think 10 or 12.
That's great. They are lots of fun. I can attest to
Yes.
that.
Can't wait till 2025.
Yes. Counting the days.
Yes, it's so
Um,
good.
is there a tip, say, that you could give, say, a new scrapbooker? Or
Mhm.
one of the things we've talked about on Let's Taco About It before is how a lot of the next generation, what are we on? Gen Z, Gen Y, Gen, I don't know.
I couldn't
I
tell
think we're
you.
on Gen Z. I don't know. But a lot of the next generation, like they don't print a lot of their pictures. Everything is stuck on their phone. But some of them, I'm hopeful it's cyclical. And so
Hmm.
after, a time of having things just on the phone instead of looking at it from a like minimalist perspective, that they'll remember the albums of their mother and grandmother and want to print some things out. But maybe it's not even a younger generation, but are there any like tips that you think that you could give a new scrapbooker? So maybe it's someone that just they always meant to do, and now they're retired and they're like, I'm gonna scrapbook. Or maybe they're working now and they're thinking, well, gee, I'm work full time and I wish I could, but I just don't have the time. Yes, good for you,
Yeah,
Rebecca. Rebecca says she prints.
she does. She's getting ready to do her albums to France and her album to Ireland.
That's
So
Now wait a
I
second, is she dipping into your stash under the bed?
no, actually I purchased um her own goodies
Okay.
for that. Um I guess I would say that in order to stick with it, that you need to decide, what do you love to do? Like, some people love to do the computer. And so to decide whether you want to do digital or you want to do paper, um, I'm on the computer all the time for work. So the very last thing I want to do is sit in front of the computer more, although I'm so tempted by all the awesome um, things you can do and the simplification of it. And I think it's amazing. But for me to have the hands on, touch the paper, complete the one page in front of me that I can hold on to, that's just what I love to do. So I think if you choose whichever thing that you enjoy the most, you're more likely to do it. And then if you're doing paper, I print too many pictures. I mean, I take too many, but which that's okay because you don't, we have digital, so you can have 100 of them. But I've tried to do better at narrowing down from the pictures I've taken what I print rather than printing too many and then trying to narrow it when I get to the actual pages. I always do 2-page spreads, and whether they may not be the same subject, um, but I try to make them pleasing to the eye as far as find a common color or something that so when you open it up it doesn't drastically clash. Not always totally successful, but so I guess that's find what you enjoy the most. Some people may not have room to do the paper scrapbooking
Yeah.
because it takes I have so I have so much stuff. And some of that is because of having over purchased when I thought, oh, this will never be available again. And got a little carried away. But I think that would probably be that. And then if you're going to print, do yourself a favor, don't print too many because you can always go back. Like we were talking about the power layouts. And if you remember, oh, I'm missing someone from this, particular event that I want to include, you can always go back and print that one
Yeah.
extra one. So, although you can really do some great cropping of photos and fit as many as possible, which is what I do too.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can crop things down. Well, I like as a rule of thumb, I kind of think about on a 12 by 12, you can fit 6 4 by 6s on with no room for writing or paper, just if you
Yeah.
just stuck them on. And
Yeah.
so I kind of do the same thing. I think about okay, a space for a title. So now that means 5 and with some cropping. And so I try to print maybe like um like 10 pictures for a 2-page spread
Hmm.
and you know 8 7 to 10, and that's kind of my guide. um so that, and then I, there's always some that don't make the cut or they look fine on your phone or on the computer, and then when you get them they're blurry or but yeah, I feel like yeah, that we when we used to have to print the whole roll of film, like you said, we got 36, 24 or 36 pictures, or we developed, 10 rolls at a time, and we got what we got. And,
A
but
lot of
now,
blurry.
yeah, and now because we, have, 16 of the same picture, the same flower or whatever from different angles. It definitely makes it hard. So
I
do
think
you print straight from your phone or do you download them to your computer first or do you
that's my biggest struggle because I just feel like I can't see them good on my phone. So I have the iCloud on my computer, but then you have to download them from the iCloud. So I haven't yet come up with a method that's quick and easy. It's still kind of painful, especially because I take so many photos like of one, the the two girls, doing a dance, one little 3-minute dance, and I have, 50 pictures plus a video.
Yes.
So yeah, that is a bit of a struggle. I've um want to be more disciplined with regularly printing so I don't get so bogged down. And what I did for many years when I was too busy to um, get a lot of photo albums work actually done was when I would print them, I would write on a notebook or, piece of paper, I would journal just the things I wanted to remember and the funny things that happened. And I put them with the photos that I had printed. and I kept them in I can never remember what all the things are called, but the little box that we have now that they just came out with the new dividers for and all
Yeah, the
that.
power sort.
Yes, and the smaller ones, and that's where I have my dividers and then the dates and then with them. And now when I go back and I pull them out and I have that journaling, it's so amazing. Where even more recent ones, I where I didn't do it, I'm disappointed that I don't have the fun things that someone said, or, you know, just the special moments that you don't remember unless you do it. So I guess that would be another maybe suggestion, is even if you don't have time to keep up with the scrapbooking, because literally I don't know anybody but maybe Debbie
Yeah, she's the only
who's
person on
caught
the
up
planet
or even
that
close to that. That
live
at
scrapbook.
least, yeah, at least you're accomplishing, something, and you're staying current. And then when and if you do, you have that the memories recorded. And Rebecca actually did really great with that when she's ready to do, and she kind of journaled and logged while she was on her trips. On what she did. And and I know a lot of people, and myself included, do that sometimes more when we're on a trip than with our everyday things. But like, we just had our a family camp reunion, and the things that the little kids said, we're laughing about them hysterically, but but if I don't write those down when I go to, scrapbook that, I'm not going to remember all those things that were especially precious about that time.
That's a great that's a great tip, Faith, and that's a good reminder because, like you said, I think sometimes we are more diligent of doing that on a trip, where we're writing down the things that we did or the places that we went. But then, yeah, in our regular day to day life, we're not necessarily writing down those details. And so then, when we do get around to scrapbooking it, a lot of times I think we just kind of skip over the journaling,
Yeah.
and especially the older we get, right? Because then we really, or all our pages tend to start to sound the same, like,
Mm,
this is where we went and we had a great time was had by all, kind of a
yep.
thing.
And it was hot, and we got rained on, and it's Florida. And
Yep.
awesome.
Oh,
But I
well,
was
I'd
going to
love,
really be dedicated to doing that this year again. And somehow it's already the end of October.
I know.
So,
I mean, I think if people have it in their, even in their phones, that would be a good
mhm,
place to kind of keep it. Um, if you're, not everything we do in a day, nothing I did today will be scrapbooked. I can't think of anything I did today to be scrapbooked.
same.
But when you lay down, I mean, not to say that I didn't take pictures, but I likely will not scrapbook them. But when we, lay down to go to bed, instead of endlessly scrolling or something, kind of open up a notes app
Hmm.
on those
Yeah.
days and kind of keep one going for each year, so that we can go back and have those dates. I do that when I'm scrapbooking. Whatever year, I kind of go when I'm going through my pictures in Historian. I kind of will look at how many pictures I have for something and just put what it is, like so and so's birthday, one page, so
Yeah.
and so's birthday, two pages, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's a great idea. Um, does anyone that's watching have any questions for Faith? How long do you remember what your first crop was with Daytona area scrapbooking, and when?
I don't. That's another thing that's gone with the memory. Track of time
I feel
is
like
really bad. I know
maybe
it might have been like a Christmas, one of your Christmas
like my open house.
open houses.
Yeah,
I'm thinking that was probably,
yeah.
you probably
Well,
know better than me,
I'd have to go back and look at some Excel spreadsheets.
right? Yes, I could look in the checkbook, right?
Yeah.
When did I start spending money again?
Yes, yes. Oh,
But I will say that Creative Memories products are beyond amazing. I still have tape runners and photo splits, and they still work absolutely fine. My stickers, they've got to be, oh my gosh, 20 years old.
yeah,
And I mean, they've been in, you know, the air conditioning, but they're not in original packages. Many of them are in, you know, the Creative Memories 3-ring binders with the different size, you know, pockets and things. And the pens, incredible.
I know.
I
I
open
still,
them, they still work. And I will, other brands that are a quarter of the age don't.
yeah,
So it's amazing. But I know one of the things you always ask people is what do they struggle with the most?
yeah,
And that's finding what I'm looking for. I know I have this certain sticker or this certain themed paper or whatever, but so if that's it, my worst thing, it's that I just have to, said no scrapbook ever. I have too much stuff.
well, really, they're two separate hobbies, right? Scrapbooking and collecting
Collecting.
scrapbooking stuff.
Well, before I got on, I went and I looked at all the things that I have, and I literally I have 5 of those different binders with the different things in them, with all different. I've separated where I think they're so organized, and you know, laser cuts in one, and stickers in another, and small stickers and large, and borders, and I still can't find anything. That's my most that's my most time consuming, I should say. Um,
Yeah.
so maybe I need to get you to come and reorganize that.
I feel
That's
like that's such a
40
personal thing because everyone, scrapbooks, like
different.
scrapbooks, yeah, like they approach it. But I think that's one of
Yep.
the nice things about power layouts, and it's fresh on both of our minds because we just had the power layout class this
Yep.
weekend. But I think that's what's nice about it is because you kind of give yourself permission when you're pulling things for a project to kind of be on a finding mission of the thing, of the sticker, of the pack,
Mm.
of
Mhm.
whatever, so that your future self has everything that, she needs to just scrapbook.
Yep.
So,
It is big help. And I love to have, I have 2 very, well, more than 2, but I usually use consistently 2 very long tables. One's a sewing table that the end folds up. And so I have that whole big table that wheels around, and then another very long, just a, you know, table like what we scrapbook on. And I just I lay it all out. And because I have to see, I work horizontally very much better than vertically, but I'll do just the power layout, even if I'm not going anywhere or just even never goes in the box, just to lay it out and then work from that and put it all together. It goes so much faster. And I know I've got all laid out, at least with how, you know, what photos are going on what page.
yeah.
And then it's exciting too, because it's midnight. Oh, I'm going to do one more page. 1 a.m. I'm going to do one more page.
Yes, that's what happens at retreats. Everyone says, "Okay, I'm gonna finish this page and then I'm gonna go to bed." But something does happen, I don't know, around 11 or 12 for me is my brain like slows down. So whereas a page at 6 or 7 p.m. like works a lot when you're like, "I'm just gonna do one more page," then that page can sometimes
Just
take a little
staring at.
longer because you're just like, what's happening here? Well,
Absolutely.
Rebecca wanted to know. She said, "What is a recent technique you have learned for scrapbooking you love? Have you learned a new trick?"
Hmm. Well, I'm trying to learn that new cutting creative memory trimmer. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that, but doing the project recipe at the last crop, I managed to do the whole thing without making mistakes. So I guess that's a good recent thing. And also, I've learned more how to use the peekaboo pockets. which helps with the obsession of having too many photos
Yes,
for each page. So those are those are two.
that's great. But those are good ones. And those are, I think, probably ones that other people are shaking their heads at home saying, "Yeah, me too."
Yeah.
Well, does anyone else have any questions for our Faith here about anything, about life, scrapbooking, her wild job? I think it's just crazy. But you're also, I just have to circle back to your job and just you go to Texas every year because you're the president of what?
The Aviation Crime Prevention Institute.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's your nonprofit, but the
Yes.
annual meeting is in Texas
Yes.
every year?
It is. It's in Dallas, and it's the board of directors, which is a board of 12 of the heads of the major aviation insurance companies, who used to all be men. And now we have, well, I'm not sure what's going to be this next coming year because one of the ladies went to a different company, but I've had two be women, which has been a blessing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very stressful because the insurance companies are also the clients that give my other business claims. So I can't make any mistakes. But
Yeah.
God always works it out. It always ends up being great and a good time, and it's all fine after 3 months of stress. If I don't learn, I need to learn. Just
Well, you're amazing. I just want you to know that I think you're amazing and
oh, so are you.
um I just love what you do and how positive you are and just how you play hard and work hard and
Well, thank you, and I'm so thankful for you and the whole group of everyone that's I've had to give me a new outlook and something, fun people and new friends and everyone to be with. Appreciate it so much.
yeah, I do love our little scrappy community. It's a really special group of women and it's so much more than scrapbooking. That's just everything's the 80-20 principle. It's like 80% community, 20% scrapbooking. it's it, it,
If we try real hard, just don't bring sunflowers again.
yeah. Oh boy, yeah. Now I
So
can
fun.
see. There'll be a new backdrop now. I've actually already heads up everyone. I have a backdrop coming for Volano, and I've already ordered one for the Jumpstart January for the veterans. So
Yay.
it's we're gonna have fun with those.
That was fun.
Well, if no one has any other questions, I hate to say it, probably face getting back to work. Are
Yes.
you?
Especially after taking all that time off at Croptoberfest.
I know.
It
I
was
gotta
worth
pack.
it.
I
Oh,
gotta work too, but so we'll be thinking of each other.
yes.
But let's do our drawing for see who our winner is. Let's see if we can do it. All right, we'll let it rip here, and hopefully whoever our winner is still on. Oh, Susan, and she just commented. So Susan, are you there? She was the last comment. So I think unless she just jumped off, she should be there. Just chime in and let us know. Yay, she said.
Yay.
Congratulations, Susan. I will
Congratulations.
send you some CM credits and
Okay.
you will enjoy spending those, I'm sure. Well, thank you so much, Faith, for being my guest here tonight and for sharing your scrappy process with everyone. I appreciate you. and you can tell everyone what to do until we see them again.
Stay scrappy, my friends.
That's all right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.